So when you normally hear about a haunted prison, usually the ones that come to mind are Eastern State, Moundsville, or maybe even Alcatraz. But you know there's another tucked in the mountains of Tennessee that imprisoned James Earl Ray, one of the FBI's most wanted, known as the End of the Line or the Alcatraz of the South. Brushy Mountain Penitentiary has held many, many prisoners. Originally opened in 1896 and built by the prisoners in the time when they weren't actually leased out to the local mines, it was soon overrun with disease. And with the poor medical care and the inmates being beaten for underproducing in the mines, many did die during its early days. And then during the 20s and 30s, the conditions did not improve any at all. Mine workers were whipped with leather straps in order to dig faster, and the wooden structure that the prison was originally built as started to fall apart. And with the overcrowding, it definitely began to get compared to some Siberian prisons at the time. It was during this time that plans were made to build a new, stronger prison made out of reinforced concrete, using the sandstone that the prisoners actually even mined themselves as well. It was constructed in the shape of a cross and surrounded by an 18-foot wall on three sides with a sheer cliffside on the other. It became known as a safer place. How the prison was never a truly safe place. There are tales of prisoners being thrown over the railings until they were enclosed on the upper floors. Stabbings and murders abound throughout the buildings as well. Jack Jett was one such inmate that was a victim of these stabbings, and is one of the more well-known hauntings of the penitentiary as well. Jack had gotten a reputation of snitching on the other inmates for having the contraband. The story states that one evening, while on the phone with his mother, he was stabbed in the back and the neck, which then caused him to bleed out. After that, it is said that inmates and visitors report that the phone that he was using will now levitate off the hook and then back onto the hook, as well as cold spots and a sense of dread in the area. But the most well-known inmate was FBI Most Wanted James Earl Ray, the man charged and convicted of assassinating Martin Luther King Jr. Ray, also being a thief, a fraud, and just a generic criminal, was brought to Brushy Mountain in 1970. Trying to escape multiple times, he was able to actually make an escape in 1977 with the help of 6 other inmates. But they were not able to make it through the harsh conditions surrounding the penitentiary itself and were caught within just a few days. Ray was found hiding in bushes and under some leaves. In 1981, he was stabbed multiple times but did not actually die at the time. He was finally taken to the Nashville Penitentiary in 1992 and passed away there 6 years later. However, people have reported a presence near his former cell that may be his since so much of his life was actually spent here. Brushy Mountain Penitentiary has amazing stories behind its inmates as well as guards, and some of the wilderness that comes around it as well. But you should hear the story behind the nurse that never clocked out.